So maybe you heard that great question. For those of us who have had a history in or still root ourselves in the Christian story, what do we do to talk about that, to brand that, to represent that in the world in a way that doesn't contribute to what many of us see as the struggle, but also is sort of good news for others? And I think about that a lot. I identify publicly as a progressive evangelical, intentionally, forthrightly, and regularly, right? So I choose to do that because it's the way that I want to engage in the world, for people to go, you're a what? I didn't even know that existed. How is that a thing, right? So that's something I want to contribute to. I have a number of people that I deeply partner with in a lot of projects who come from very similar backgrounds to mine. They do just the opposite. They don't talk about it at all. They want to leave it all behind for the very same good reasons. I think we live in an all of the above, all hands on deck period of time. So I think all of us need to find our way. I don't think there's one way. I think it's all of the ways. So if you find yourself saying, I really want to identify as Christian and to represent that to people, I hope you'll find communities like I'm in that can help you to do that. If you really need to drop all of that to live into your humanity because that's going to get in the way, then there's whole patterns of engaging in communities to engage with that. And what I think is we need all of those points of action taking place. But regardless of where you root yourself and how closely you identify with Christianity, which for a lot of us is a big question, for some it's easily settled. We have the slogan in the work that I do with Vote Common Good, which is on this banner over here, which is to wake up, to speak up, and to stand up. And what I heard you describing is what we often refer to as the wake-up stage. Like, it kind of dawned on me, like, what? That's what's going on? And then at some point you start to say things and you speak up. So whether it's I'm leaving it behind or I'm taking it with me, or whether you're calling somebody in or you're calling somebody out, however it goes, say your thing. Look, okay, I'm just going to preach for one more second. We don't need to tell other people to be quiet. The problem is not that people are watching Fox News. The problem is not that they're going to churches and listening to the wrong preachers. The problem is not that they're buying the wrong books. The problem is not that people are saying wrong things. I think the issue is that a lot of us aren't saying anything. We're whispering. It's time to say it, to talk out loud, to bring it up. A lot of us white males, middle-aged white males, know that it's time to stop letting the silent racism and sexism get a pass. It's time to say, knock it off. Don't look at her like that. Don't say that. I'm standing up for the things I need to stand up for. You're going to get a load of that tomorrow morning because that's what the water into wine story is about, so I won't push it on you now. But I think we have to say some things. And sometimes we have to say some other things than the things we've been saying all the time. Some of us just get into these habitual ruts and we just say the same thing. And then we got to stand up. Literally put our bodies in other places. Stand next to people you wouldn't stand next to. Stand with people that you wouldn't stand with. Stand against, literally with your bodies sometimes. Proximity, or the religious term for this, is incarnation. That you incarnate, that in body you take that spirituality that's alive in you and you manifest it in a place. You put it somewhere. So you get this internal wake up, you get this external outflow, and then you put your body in the places in proximity, in solidarity, in resistance, and in work. So that's, I know that's not overly specific, but I think that's the kind of thing. And I think we could organize our communities in that way, our church communities and other kinds of communities. All right, so that's a lot. Can we hear some music? Would you grace us again with this great sound? All right, thank you guys, and let's give them a